All right, so like I promised, we cannot finish Friday Briefing without Willis, the word master. He's now ready to give us the pronunciation lesson. He's coming to us this time round from Kisii County. Willis, it's great to see you this Friday evening. I'm trusting that you're well. How are you?
Fine, thanks, Betty. Our entire team from Kisumu, that is the cameraman and his team, they're in Kisii, and I chose also to do it tonight from Kisii. Betty, personally, I'm fine, and I hope you're fine too.
All right, Willis, as always, it's a pleasure to have tonight's lesson here on Friday Briefing. So before anything else, I just want us to take a look at Word on the Street, and then you take over the show for the night.
Gibberish, 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 gibberish,
Gibberish, gibberish, gibberish.
Gibberish, gibberish, gibberish.
gibberish, gibberish, gibberish,
Gibberish, gibberish, gibberish.
Gibberish. Gibberish.
Gibberish, gibberish, gibberish.
Gibberish. Gibberish. Gibberish.
Gibberish, gibberish, gibberish.
Always a pleasure hearing from Kenyans on the street. All right, Willis, I want to throw it to you. Take us through our lesson tonight. So first of all, how do we pronounce this particular word? I've been known to, giggle at somebody and then I find out that I didn't even know it, so I want to try. So Willis, over to you. Talk to us.
And as I always say, don't laugh at somebody you laugh just for learning. But Betty, this word, we don't say gibberish, 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 and all that. In the first place, this word, refers to, those words that have no meaning or importance. In fact, what somebody may call nonsense. And the correct pronunciation or the accepted pronunciation is gibberish. Letter G takes the sound J. So you say gibberish. And after that, we would go straight to the words that have been collected for tonight, because our people, if you've realized, are out of our studios. They are out, in fact, in what we may call OB. So I've already been given words which I should tackle or handle for tonight. Now, we have this word. When we talk about this word, which means on, near, or relating to areas of wetland near the bank of a river or a stream, you don't say riparian or riparian, you say riparian, rye. You begin with the sounding rye and you say riparian. You can talk of riparian land, riparian area, or riparian vegetation. Then the next word which we have for tonight is commonly used in communication, but many people find themselves saying gesture. When you talk about this word, you should say, or when you pronounce this word, you say gesture, gesture. Just like we have a kind gesture, not gesture. Just like you also say gestation, gestation. Now, the next word is a bit tricky because it's not common. It's a long word and it's from German. It refers to a person who looks exactly like you, or if you like, you can say look-alike. Like you may say Elvis or Peter look-alike, but this word is pronounced doppelganger. Doppelganger. A doppelganger is a person who looks exactly like you. So you can say so-and-so's doppelganger. And I've said the word is originating or originates from German. Our next word is right here. Don't say Maisonette, Maisonette, and all that. The acceptable pronunciation of this word is Maisonette. You have the stress on the terminal syllable and you say Maisonette, net, Maisonette. Don't say Maisonette. Now, our next word is right here, and it means not interesting or exciting, that which is dull. And you say mundane, not mundane, and don't say mundane. Mundane would be very interesting, but the pronunciation of this word is mundane. That which is dull, not interesting, or exciting. Then we have a word that means to support or give support. Sometimes you can talk of a stone or any structure that supports a wall or something. Don't say buttress. And don't say buttress. You say buttress. Buttress. Now, the next word. We have this animal, that large antelope with curved horns. Don't say wildebeest. Say wildebeest. Wildebeest. This letter E takes the sound that is what we call a schwa, the weak sound wildebeest. And this word is also from German. Now, when we have the next word that we talk about here, it's commonly used in formal language, and that is lacuna. Don't say lacuna. You say lacuna. Lacuna. So, that word refers to a gap or a place where something is missing in a piece of writing, in an idea, or a theory. You say lacuna. Don't say lacuna. Now, away from that, we have a word that has just come in from John Mully. You say posha, foliage, accessory, or meme also. You don't say meme. That word is meme, M-E-M-E, a very common word on this program. We have engineer Clement Otieno Ratila, a.k.a. Jarenga Kojwach. When you use B-O-W to refer to the verb, like when you are bending your head or your body in prayer, you say to bow for a word of prayer. But when we have that weapon that is used to shoot an arrow, you say bow, a bow. Now, Zakina Mahmood of Voi, you say flower. That's a very common word also on Mind Your Language. You say flower. Don't say flour. Many people talk of flour for F-L-O-U-R, but the correct or acceptable pronunciation is flower, just like F-L-O-W-E-R. Now we have Kipkoech Sawe. Kipkoech Sawe of Eldoret, duvet or duvet. Don't say duvet. You say duvet or duvet. Don't say duvet because that T is silent. That is a word from French. Gishuki Wanderi of Solai, you say undaunted. Undaunted or undaunted. Wakili Silas Aluku of Nairobi, Fahrenheit and travaux préparatoire. Travaux préparatoire. That is from French. Then we go straight now to the surprise word for tonight. Many people find themselves pronouncing this word as ancient or ancient, which is inaccurate. You say ancient. Ancient. One used below, it's ancient. Don't say ancient. And remember, you say magnificent, magnificent, and omniscient, omniscient. Don't say omniscient. Don't say omniscient. No. And remember, conscience, not conscience. Then we go straight to the confusing words. The first word, toast, that is the upper word, toast. It has the slight vowel glide O, toast. Toast, that is the upper word. The lower word is tost, tost. So toast versus tost. So that difference means a lot when it comes to matters of English, because in communication you must be very careful. And I can see John Otieno of Ufanisi. Thank you so much for loving KTN that much. And everybody else at Ufanisi. Cecilia, you say meat, M-E-A-T and M-E-E-T. Words which have different spellings but the same pronunciation, we call them homophones. Tricia, Jasmine, and Madison also thank you. But remember, I said something last week as I now wind up. When you look at these symbols, they are used, especially in good dictionaries, to guide you on how to pronounce a word. When you look at the upper symbol, you'll know what we mean very soon. Because I told you recently, or I told you last week, that something bigger is coming. Just keep it KTN and you'll always love it. The lower one also has a sound that it represents. So the upper word and the upper symbol and the lower symbol. There are so many symbols that I'll be talking about in future, and that is going forward. Now, finally, when you look at the upper word, you say dew. For those who understand the transcription, the lower word, you say drew, not drew. So what is it that is important for you to understand what we call phonetic symbols? They can guide you on how to pronounce a word correctly, and that is part of what we will ensure that the viewers of KTN will always be benefiting, or you'll always enjoy talking or pronouncing words correctly. Otherwise, Betty, I'm taking people back to you or back to the studio for a break, but it's lovely working with you, and I wish you well in everything in your life.